Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Wednesday edition of Today in Sports Betting. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again Hump Day. We're going to take a look at a full board of MLB playoffs. This may be, Scott, it may be the only day with 8 games as they're scheduled to all play again tomorrow. Of course, that's for the American League. That's going to be if necessary. So there could be some 2-0 sweeps after today. So this is the only day that we're guaranteed to get all 8 games. I'm pretty excited. We've got some early games that we're going to touch on really briefly before we move on to more in-depth examination of games that you can actually make a bet on by the time this show comes out. So, Scott, one of the best pitching matchups of the day is the first game. It is a noon Eastern time start between the Braves and between the Braves and the Reds. Trevor Bauer goes against Max Fried for the Braves. What do you got here, Scott?
So I think this game is going to be low scoring. I know that overall the games were very low scoring yesterday before the Yankees showed up. But if I really wanted to break down the game, I think that Atlanta's going to win. They won with Fried on the mound pretty much all season long. Bauer's been very good this season, of course. His playoff numbers as a whole have been I'd say. They've been fine, I guess. Looking at some plays with value, though, I saw DraftKings has a deal. They have like the race to X runs, and they give you different totals of runs for some value.
Right.
But it's a 3-way bet, so you could have a tie where no team reaches. They have the tie at 5 runs, first team to 5 runs. The tie is plus 125. I'm going to take that because I don't think either team's going to score 5 runs or more.
I agree, Scott. I'm going to just not overthink this and play. I'm just going to play the under 7.5. I think
I'm basically taking an adjusted team total for both teams, or for each team, at under 4.5. And
right.
I think that with these pitchers, sure, yeah, I'll take that. I don't have
Yeah.
plus 125. I'll take that.
Yeah, I think that's a solid play. I don't live in. I don't have access to the Jersey books, of course, so that's not an option for me. But I do. I'm just not going to overthink this one and just play the. I'm going to play the under 7.5. I do have. Fried was struggled. Has been not quite shut down his last few times out, but he's been very good. And
I think even if one of these pitchers struggles, it's such a short leash for these starting pitchers that there is a chance that they'll get pulled out before they get absolutely destroyed. I think both pitchers should have a long leash, or they should if you think about it, because of the aces of the staff. But in reality, in a 3-game series, with every game being so important, you're going to have to start pulling people if they're not delivering. And
both pens are decent. Braves pens are probably a little bit better than the Reds, but both of these teams have competent bullpens. Where they should have the ability and the faith in the arms coming out of the pen if one of those guys gets in trouble. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, we're not going to spend much time on that one. So I think we both got solid plays there. Moving on to the next game, this is going to be a 1 o'clock Eastern time start. Of course, 1:08 for all these games, by the way, except for the Rays, which are 4:07, which I don't even know. Astros Twins, Scott. Twins.
How about the Twins yesterday?
I had no dog in that hunt, but that was a brutal way to lose. They 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, and ground ball to the shortstop. And he went the easy way to second base, made a terrible throw, pulled him off the bag, and the tying run scored. Next batter up hit a double.
Tying run.
What's that?
The tying runs? I thought tying run already. No. The tying run scored on the next batter because Altuve walked. They just kept the inning alive.
Oh, that's right. They still had a shot.
Yeah.
And then they
Altuve walked, and then Brantley had the big hit. They were already tied. It was 1-1 going into the inning. Altuve was the go-ahead run, and then Brantley had the 2-run single.
No. The Twins had the lead going into there.
They did not have the lead.
Yes, in the 9th inning?
They did not have the lead. I can guarantee you for a fact that it was 1-1 going into the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, breaking news. Steelers-Titans game got postponed.
Oh, because of who?
Because of
Oh,
COVID. Nothing to do with baseball, but I
no,
just
I
have
was
breaking
trying to
news
see.
on that.
I was trying to see who the who was the carrier there.
There was a long snapper and a defensive tackle who got placed on the COVID leave.
For which
So
team?
I can't say. I don't know if it was any mainstream like fantasy players or people who they might know. Yeah, it was 1-1 going into the ninth, and Houston scored 3 runs.
Brutal. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was
I told you so. No, in reality, I knew it was going to be a problem when I saw Sergio Romo coming to the game in the ninth inning, who somehow is still in the league. I can't fully blame him for what happened yesterday because the shortstop completely butchered the play. But, yeah, let's say I wasn't exactly shocked that Romo walked in a run there with the bases loaded. Because
well, and you and I disagreed on that pitch. I thought that was a lot closer than you gave it credit for. I thought
I just knew it was a ball. I just thought it was.
You know what? It was at the letters. Most times in Major League history, that's a strike.
It could. Yeah, well, Tuve was 5'6". I'm like, I saw the pitch and I'm thinking, oh, that's high. Like that's ball 4, and then they gave him ball 4. But shout out to the Twins for losing 17 straight playoff games. That's almost impossible. I'm proud of you. It's been a long time, and now you're facing elimination, and you have to snap the streak in order to do so. I know Houston's a huge underdog price. I'll have to lean to Houston because Minnesota can't win a playoff game. But if I really had to lean anywhere, I'm just going to lean to the under. I think 8.5 is too high, especially after the awful offense we saw yesterday as a whole in the majority of those games. I'm going to go with the under 8.5 because Urquidy, he's not great, but I think he's fine. And Barrios has been inconsistent, but he has very good stuff. I just think 8.5 is too high of a total for the playoffs, so I'm going to lean to the under 8.5.
They do seem to be trending under. Does that matter to you? Is that something you actually factor in? That
I mentioned the conspiracy theory last year where people thought the balls were juiced in the regular season and they weren't juiced in the playoffs, and the scores plummeted. I'm not saying that's the same case because the Yankees destroyed baseballs aplenty yesterday, but the games have trended under, and it's not like Game 1 had a ton of runs involved. Game 1 had 5 runs, so sure, I'll take the under 8.5.
Yeah, the Yankees just beat up on the presumptive.
If you ignore the Yankees, no team scored more than 4 runs yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, sure. You give me 8.5. Yeah, I'll go nuts. I'll take the under.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I'm assuming you'll agree with that. I just think that total's too high. I think 8's a better number. I think 8.5 is too high.
Okay.
Personally.
All right. Marlins and Cubs. Cubs minus 164. Marlins plus 151. 8.5 is the number there. Kyle Hendricks takes the hill.
What's the juice you have on 8.5?
Sandy Alcantara for the Miami Marlins. The juice is none.
Okay. And is there a first 5 juice of any kind? Or I'm assuming the first 5 is going to be at 4.
I don't know about that one. We might get 4.5 out of that. Yep, you did 4.5 out of that one.
You get 4.5 on that one?
Mm-hmm.
What's the juice on that?
No juice.
Just minus 110?
Yep.
I'll take the first 5 under all day, every day.
First 5 under 4.5 with McCullers, with Alcantara and Kyle Hendricks.
Sure. Yeah, all day. I'll take the first 5 under. The Cubs have been terrible hitting at home. Alcantara was phenomenal against the Yankees in his last start, and he's just a solid overall pitcher. And Hendricks has been really good at home. So, sure. We've seen how all the teams struggled offensively yesterday. You're giving me a 4.5 total and 2 starting pitchers I actually like. Yeah, I'll take the under 4.5 in the first 5.
All right, that's solid. All right, so now we're going to take a look at a game that people actually might be able to bet on by the time this video comes out. So that'll be good. This is going to be the White Sox and the Athletics. Athletics favored here minus 124. White Sox plus 114. The pitcher going for the A's, the guy I thought they should have started yesterday, which is Chris Bassett. And he is going up against Dallas Keuchel, the crafty lefty veteran there for the Chicago White Sox. Scott, A's find themselves in a bit of trouble after inexplicably starting a left-hander against the best right-handed
team undefeated against lefties.
Yeah, undefeated. They're 15-0 now against left-handed starters. So
yeah, Bassett's been great at home. Keuchel's been great overall. Definitely turned the clock back type of season for Keuchel. I'm going to lean to Chicago. I wanted to lean to the under, but not really feeling it. For this one.
7.5 juiced under, buddy.
I know, I'm not exactly
That's
intrigued
all you
by
need
that.
right there, brother.
The issue that I have, simply put, is that I think that Bassett's a very good pitcher. I think Keuchel is a very solid pitcher with a lot of playoff experience. I just think Oakland's offense is bad. This offense can't hit.
No, they've got a problem since Matt Chapman's out. They really do.
Even when he was there, this team just can't hit for average. They don't get on base. It's a matter of the White Sox have the luxury of having a ton of power bats in the lineup, and they showcased them yesterday, where even if they don't generate many quality chances, they'll just hit a couple solo home runs and they'll just score.
Yep.
Oakland, it feels like an uphill battle to even score a run because they just need to get like 3 guys on base. And I think that Keuchel will do enough to hold this Oakland team. It's like, do I feel confident with them scoring more than 3 runs in a single game? No, I don't. It's a matter of the White Sox need one pitch to potentially score a couple of runs, and I don't think that Oakland has that same luxury. So I'm going to lean to the White Sox. Oakland's had playoff issues in the past. Not that really matters, but it appears like they haven't learned anything because their manager started a rookie lefty, as we talked about yesterday, which didn't make any sense.
Nope.
But they couldn't hit Giolito anyway, who was perfect through 6.
Yep.
Oakland can't hit. So for that reason, I'm going to have to go with the White Sox because I just can't back a team that might need to hold their opposition to 1 or 2 runs in order to win. I can't do it.
Plus, I'm getting plus money on the White Sox there. Schedule makers did the White Sox a huge favor by making these day games out there in Oakland. That is much more conducive to their power style of hitting than the night games in the Bay would be. You get that heavy air come rolling in, especially in September, early October. That is a graveyard for long balls up in Oakland. I like the White Sox there. I'll take them at plus 114 all day. I'm with you. I think this is a pretty even pitching matchup. I think the White Sox have an advantage at the plate, and we're getting plus money. That's 3 for 3 for me. Give me the White Sox.
That's how I would view it.
Plus 114. Jays and Rays got holy mackerel was that Jays pitching staff good yesterday. Blake Snell was very good. The bullpen was very good.
Anderson struggled a bit more than he did in the regular season. Anderson was unhittable in the season. They tried to stretch him out for about 1.5 innings for 2 innings, and he wasn't exactly great, but he did enough to limit them to 1 run. Right. And you had the Margot 2-run homer, which basically put the game away.
Yeah, and the Jays, solid.
They were fine. It was kind of fitting. Robbie Ray comes in, he gives up an immediate triple and a wild pitch, and then after that, he just couldn't give up a run to save his life.
He mowed him down. At the end of the day, he goes 3 innings, 1 earned run. That's a 3.0 ERA. You take that all day, but it was too much. It was.
A lot of people were angry that Shoemaker got taken out because he was looking great. We both talked about it on air. We only started once in the last month, so I expect him to go about 3-4 innings. That didn't surprise me. Nope. I thought they would have stretched him out a bit more because his pitch count was extremely low. His pitch count was very low at the time, so I really thought they would try to stretch him to 4. But at least wait till he gets into trouble, then pull him immediately. But either or.
Let's be honest, Scott. If your pitchers go 7 innings and give up 1 run, it ain't your pitcher's problem.
No, correct. Toronto got a bit unlucky, though. They had a couple of balls on the screws, which so happened to be right at the second baseman. It seemed like it was always Panic. Panic had a couple of rockets right at people. Yeah. Tampa won. So
all right. So today we've got Hyun-Jin Ryu going for the Toronto Blue Jays against Tyler Glasnow for the Tampa Bay Rays.
I'm just going to go with the first 5 under on this one. I'm assuming it's going to be a 3.5. It could be a 4, but I'm going to assume it's a 3.
No, it's going to be 3.5. Yeah, it is. It's no juice on either side, however. So
I'll take the under.
Clicked on 3.5.
I'll take the under. Both teams offensively were not great at all yesterday. Glasnow has looked a lot better over the last couple of even months, but lately he's been really good. And I think that he should do well against Toronto's offense, which looks a little bit overwhelmed for the moment. Meanwhile, Ryu has a lot of playoff experience. He was very good in the playoffs in the past. And Yeah, he's a very good pitcher, and Tampa's offense isn't exactly earth-shattering in terms of talent. So for that reason, I think this will be another low-scoring. I think it's going to be a low-scoring series. I just don't see many runs happening. I think that Tampa should probably win the game, but at the end of the day, I think you're looking at, I don't know, 2-1 into the sixth or so. I just think 3.5 is too high.
I wouldn't doubt that a bit. I don't hate that play.
It's just both offenses. I know that they can do well. They just didn't impress me at all yesterday.
I want to take a swing. I so badly want to take a swing with
Toronto.
With Toronto here, but
I just think the moment's too big for them this year. I think that they're here for the experience and they're going to get killed.
Yeah, Rio has been a decent. He's been a decent playoff pitcher. 4.05 ERA. He's got a whip of about 1.12 or somewhere in that neighborhood.
I know Glasnow has been pretty good, but that one Game 5 start against Houston last year kind of bumped up his ERA as an outlier. But he's been pretty good overall.
Yeah, I think I don't hate your first 5 play there.
I just saw the series. I saw the series. I saw the game flow. This just looks like an under series to me. It just seems like both offenses are just going to struggle and claw to try to score one run.
The indoor stadium there in Tampa is a house of unders anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a hard place to hit. It's weird lighting and shading and everything. So yeah, I think that's a solid play. I want to pull the trigger on the Jays. I just can't do it. Cardinals Padres, Scott. I want to see who they've got.
It's Kim versus Paddock.
Yeah, it is Kim versus Paddock is who's going to go here. Kwon Young Kim, one of the great stories of the year for me, just because he's flown so far under the radar. This is a guy that not even mentioned, in the Cy Young conversation, and he's been fantastic the entire year. He really has. He's got an ERA at 1.42. He's got an even 1 WHIP, and the odds for this one are very interesting. The Padres are a prohibitive favorite at -161 plus 148.
Yeah, money's coming in on the Cardinals though. I know that the Padres open up roughly -170 or higher, and now they're down to roughly -160, -165. So it has come down naturally. I'm going to lean to the Cardinals. I'm going to lean to the under. I feel like I might sound like a broken record, but until I see teams besides the Yankees wake up offensively, I'm just going to keep taking the under because there really weren't many close games yesterday in terms of totals. It was all just an under fest. And at that price, I got to take the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are the better starting pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, agreed. I like that total of 8.5. I think that makes a good under as well in this one.
Especially in Petco, I'll take the 8.5 under.
Yeah, let me. I'm trying to see if we can get 4.5 for the first 5. Yes, we can, and we get a little bargain. It's -105 to the under.
Sure, I'll take that too.
Yeah, give me some of that. Yeah, under 4.5 -105. I'll take that all day.
Yep.
Yankees Indians, Scott. Your Yankees looked pretty darn good yesterday as they got their full complement of bashers back in the lineup, and it didn't take long for them to do their thing as Aaron Judge hit a first inning home run, right?
Yeah, it was second batter of the game. Next thing I know, we're up 2-0. I'm like, all right, sweet, good start. And then
Shane Bieber, who won the American League Triple Crown of pitching this year, and almost certainly will be the Cy Young Award winner, looked dreadful.
Yeah, he did not pitch well. Gave up 7 earned. Torres homered, Judge homered, Stan homered, even Gardner homered. Yeah, the Yankees were just cooking. Torres went 4 for 4 yesterday. He was great. Yeah, really just wasn't a sweat at all. I know Cole also struck out 13 guys, so he was dealing yesterday.
He was on. We've got Tanaka and Carrasco today.
I'm going with the Yankees. For me, it's not a matter of overreacting to what happened yesterday. I just think that some teams, I can't fully assume it because of the fact that it's the first game of the playoffs. You don't want to overreact, but Cleveland just looked overwhelmed for the situation. yesterday. They just walked into a game and immediate deer in the headlights. Like, they were down 2-0 in the first inning. Then they ended up going down even more. They scored a couple of runs in one inning. And then the Yankees immediately responded by scoring a run in the following inning. And after that, it was a wrap. So for me, Carrasco's been very good this year. Tanaka historically has been a tremendous playoff pitcher. He is great in the playoffs. And I'm going to back Tanaka. I know you don't like Tanaka, but for me, the stats speak to themselves. He's unbelievable in the playoffs, and the Yankees' offense is so much better than Cleveland's because Cleveland can't hit the ball. Pretty much everybody besides Jose Ramirez has really just not done much at all over the last month, let alone the whole year. So I'm going to go with the Yankees at this cheap price because this offense was just on fire yesterday. And I think that Carrasco, even though he had a very good year, I can't say that his stuff is very, I'd say, electric or dynamic. And I think the Yankees could get to him. So for me, I'll lean to the Yankees.
Trying to decide. I just don't have the faith in Tanaka that you have. He's given up 3 earned runs in his last 2 appearances.
You're looking at a Yankees team total or something?
Yeah, I think that might be the way that I play this.
They're just such a mismatch in terms of lineups. I have to lean with the Yankees because Cleveland just – it's kind of similar to how I described Oakland. I know Oakland looked a lot worse offensively yesterday because, Garrett Cole's in the mound in one end and Giolito's in the end on the other. And Giolito, even though he's good, he's no Garrett Cole, and he was perfect through 6. But Cleveland and Oakland can't hit the ball. And when you're facing a team like the Yankees that can absolutely mash, they hit home runs. They also get on base. They worked Bieber's pitch count to perfection yesterday. He was at 100 pitches in the 5th inning. I think, and I just think the Yankees are the better overall team by a wide margin, based on what I saw yesterday. So I'm going to go with the Yankees.
I'll take the Yanks team total over 4.5 at plus 105. I think that's a solid play.
And I think that's kind of the same idea because I think we both agree if the Yankees score 5, they're winning this game.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Really, you think Cleveland's going to score six or more potentially in this?
I think it's possible. Yes, I think they put up 3 or 4 against. I think it's possible they put up 3 or 4 against Tanaka.
Okay, personally, I don't. But
I don't necessarily buy your theory of Tanaka. I sucked a week ago, but now it's the playoffs and I'm going to be good.
I'm just stating a fact that Tanaka, historically speaking, has been a tremendous playoff pitcher.
Well, he's also been a better pitcher in the regular season as well. So. We'll see.
It's not really about Tanaka for me, just based on that conversation about the Indians. It's the fact that just all season long they can't hit. This team just can't hit. So I'm not just going to suddenly expect them to win.
Yeah, they have been towards the bottom of the American League all season long in runs scored.
They're the worst American League playoff team in terms of runs per game.
That's not even. Yeah, I'm sure it's not even close.
Correct. So I do agree that it is possible Tanaka can struggle. I don't think he will, but I just think that when we're talking about if the Yankees score 5 runs, how you think the Indians still have a shot? I don't, because I think anytime the Indians get over 4, it's a sign of the apocalypse. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. I like the Yankees tonight.
All right, and now pretty exciting nightcap there, Scott, as the Brewers go against the Dodgers.
Oh God.
Dodgers minus 217. Brewers plus 197. 7.5 is the total there. Walker Buehler goes against Brent Suter. Jesus.
Suter's more of an opener. He's probably going to go about 2-3 innings. So he's mostly a bullpen day.
What great news. I'm assuming, I don't know who's going to piggyback with him. I'm assuming it's going to be maybe Lindblom or something.
Maybe. I'm curious. Is it 5.5, 3.5 for team totals?
No.
I mean, not 3.5. Sorry. Is it 4.5, 3.5?
It's 4.5, 2.5.
4.5, 2.5.
Yeah.
Total's at 8.
Total's 7.5.
I see around 8 at some spots. So
I've got a juiced over 7.5.
Yeah, I said 5.5. I meant 4.5, 3.5. But yeah, I guess it's 4.5, 2.5. I was going to lean Brewers under, but I can't take 2.5. So not interested in that. What's the juice on the Dodgers over?
Minus 115.
Sure. I props to Milwaukee for losing in the regular season finale, but getting in anyway because the Giants got swept over the weekend against the Padres. I just think this is going to be one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's you got a team that finished under 500 against the best record in the majors.
Yeah, I just think the Dodgers at home, especially, I think they're going to score at least 5 here. So I'll go with the Dodgers team total over. I don't know where else the value is. I can't really.
Yeah, I don't know. I worry about Counsell does have some relief pitchers at his disposal there, and he's not.
What's the Dodgers run line? Out of curiosity,
113.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
Yeah, I'll go with the team total over.
Yeah, I guess that's going to have to be the play because you can't play the Brewers under 2.5. You just can't.
Mm.
They've got some bats.
They got some bats, which especially lately, I know Braun's randomly turned it back to 2009, and Vogelbach ended up signing, and he's been great in the last week or so. But I can't take under 2.5 with Buehler because he's been injured all year long and he hasn't looked like his dominant self. So I'd rather just take the Dodgers team total over and fade Suter, the rest of the pitching staff, and rely on Betts, Bellinger, pretty much everybody that they have.
Yeah, Buehler's been he's been fine.
Been fine, but he just hasn't stayed healthy, so he hasn't been able to put together consistent results.
Yeah, agreed. All right, there you go. So that's a baseball show, everybody. It's the playoffs, and some of these games I'm really excited to watch. Some of these games just really couldn't care less. So
I'll tell you what, though, I do think that if we're going to be talking about a game that happened today, or that's going to happen today that we already broke down, I think that Clevenger being out for the series and potentially longer for the Padres is a pretty brutal blow. If I'm being
huge.
And I'm not saying that they're immediately dead to rights, but anytime you make a blockbuster trade at the deadline to bolster your starting rotation, and then the guy you trade for ends up being out for the entire playoffs, that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
I was kind of surprised that they didn't go with Lamet in that spot.
For the first game?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think it makes any sense. I would have gone with Lamet, but yeah, sure. Send Paddock out, who has a losing record and a 4+ ERA. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't, to me, some of these teams seem to be treating it like it's a 7-game series.
I don't know when the last time Lamet pitched was, so I don't have that in front of me. I know that for the Cardinals, I know that Wainwright and Flaherty both pitched against the Brewers in the final series. So
this would be Lamet's day.
This would be Lamet's day? Okay, I don't know.
He last pitched on the 25th.
And I don't know what the story is with Wainwright and Flaherty, but I'm assuming that it's either Flaherty's day or they're both not ready to go yet. But I'm fine with the Cardinals using Kim because he's been their hottest pitcher for the last month.
We talked about this. That's who I would have started.
No, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that the Cardinals, I think, have a serious shot to win the series. I thought that they'd win the series anyway. But losing Clevenger for a potential Game 3 winner-take-all, I know Zach Davies has been good this year. You'd much rather have Clevenger in that spot.
I think so. And just to recap, Scott, Kim has given up 4 runs in 5 1/3 innings. He did that one time. Every other start, he's given up 1 or less.
Yeah, I know that we already finished the show and we're going to break it down, but I felt like if we were going to talk about baseball, we kind of had to mention the breaking news regarding San Diego and Clevenger. I was curious if we were on the same page that it's a brutal, just devastating blow to this team.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you face the Dodgers potentially in the second round.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a problem.
The Padres are not a team that has like arms just coming out of the woodwork.
Zach Davies is definitely a better number 4 than you expect from the Padres, but now he's the 3. I still like St. Louis in the series, but that's just me personally.
All right, very good. St. Louis does have some high quality pitching, no question about it, and getting them at a positive price, you could certainly do worse. I agree. All right, my friend, that's a baseball show. We'll be back and do it tomorrow. We'll see how many games we have. See how many games. What's your guess, Scott? How many American League Series in today?
Well, I'm going to guess 2.
2? Yep.
I think the Twins find a way to win today.
Twins rally, White Sox sweep, Rays
I
sweep.
think the Yankees sweep.
Rays sweep. Yankees sweep.
Oh, yeah, wait, I forgot about the Rays. Damn it. I forgot that the Rays – yeah, I forgot there were 4. I thought there were 3. Yeah, I'm going to go with 3 sweeps.
Who am I missing? Okay, so the Twins
No, there are
rally.
4. I skipped Tampa.
Twins rally. Everybody else sweeps. Yeah,
That's how I view it.
Yep. I think that's right. I think we handicap 5 games tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. Now, would I be upset if there were less sweeps? No, because that means free baseball for game 3. I'm not going to complain about that. It's just a matter of I know the Twins have lost 17 straight, but I mean, come on, guys. Like,
they're due.
Like, it's Houston. Like, they've been awful all year. Come on, guys.
They're due, buddy. The entire country is rooting for you, Twins. Come on.
I don't overreact to game 1 because I know baseball's a very I can't really say it's momentum-based. It's more just a crapshoot, just depending on how well you perform against a particular pitcher. But I was not a fan of what I saw from pretty much any of the losing teams yesterday. The Twins tried to get a rally going in the 9th. They tried. Oakland just completely folded. Toronto tried, but they just don't look ready for the experience. And I don't know what happened with the Indians yesterday. So I was really not that optimistic about any of the losing teams yesterday.
I don't know that it's not a bad time. I don't know that you can overreact in a 3-game series if you lose the first one.
Correct. I think you'll agree with me, though. There were a lot of just bad-looking teams in the American League yesterday.
Oh, yeah. No question about it. No question. And we're gonna see more today in the National League. No doubt. All right, buddy. Well, that's the show. We're going to do it tomorrow. As always, make sure you stop by.
What else do we have tomorrow? We got another special program on the horizon.
Thursday Night Football?
Yes, and who is playing in that barn burner that should be taking place?
Is it the Jets and who are they playing?
Play the Broncos.
Oh God, that's right. With Rippon getting the start.
And the Broncos officially announced that they're down another star player. Is Drill Casey's going to be out for the year. So yeah, the Broncos. They kind of to just I don't know, move the entire team facility to the infirmary at this point. I don't know. Everyone keeps getting injured. I don't know what the point is.
And they're still 3-point favorites.
It's a true testament to how badly people just
perceive the Jets.
I was going to say perceive Adam Gase, but same thing.
Oh yeah, not good at all. Well,
we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to be pumped trying to find player props we enjoy when both.
I never thought I would long for the days of Miami and Jacksonville, but here we are.
Hell, the best game I've seen on Thursday night has been the Bengals and Browns.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever. It's Thursday night football. I'm not surprised that there was an awful football game. I'm disappointed.
Well, we have that to look forward to, and honestly, I guess that's the football gods because they gave us, the dream matchup on Monday night, even though it didn't turn out that way. But they give us the Chiefs and the Ravens, and well, now you have to eat your vegetables, and those vegetables are the Jets and the Broncos. So much for the chocolate cake, guys. Time to choke down those Brussels sprouts. So we'll be back to talk about it tomorrow. As always, if you want any deeper dives into these baseball games, into the football game tomorrow night, God help you. I don't want to be the guy having to write a 9-piece examination of that game tomorrow night. I don't envy who's ever doing that. But God bless you. You know what? There's still money to be made, Scott. No matter how bad those teams are, there's still angles. We'll be back tomorrow to try to figure them out. So check out winnersandwhiners.com. That's what I'm trying to tell you for all of your sports handicapping needs, regardless of sport, baseball, football, basketball, it doesn't matter. Check out winnersandwhiners.com. You'll love it over there. Some of the best handicappers in the world and very good writers as well. But as far as this show goes, it's a wrap for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Winers. Wishing you a great baseball day, man. It's 12 hours or better of baseball. So enjoy it, guys. It's coming down the home stretch, and we're going to have a winner at the end of this. So I hope every ticket in your pocket cashes today, and I hope you come back and see us tomorrow on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.